Hey guys, and welcome back to the finale of Sonic Advance 2. We're heading into Egg Utopia now, the final level, question mark? And, yeah, it continues the fine tradition of Eggman having, like, bases in space and whatnot. He can't just leave well enough alone. Also, how is Sonic breathing right now? Okay, we're fine. We're back inside the base, there's oxygen, there's atmosphere, it's fine.
This is post-SA2, we've kind of just come to accept this now.
Oh my god, I just realised, Sonic runs so fast the laws of physics have no effect on him whatsoever.
Well, to be fair, it's a Dimps game, the laws of physics have no effect on him whatsoever.
There you go. Correct in both stances.
To be fair, Sonic does roll around at the speed of sound, so considering how fast sound travels, he would technically be able to do this sort of stuff as long as he was going that speed. But then again, as I think we are all aware in the games, I don't think he has really at any point ran at the speed of sound.
True. No one would be able to control him at that speed, and I guess they'd get lower review scores than usual. But, Flame, I need to ask you, mate. Egg Utopia. How did you fancy Egg Utopia as the final level of Advance 2?
I think it's a cool level in its own right, but as a base level, it feels kind of underwhelming aesthetically coming after Techno Base.
Yeah.
Because we've just had the really cool, sweet ray fucking techno flashing lights, all that shit, and then suddenly now we're down to a more typical, conventional base, and it's like, it's a little bit underwhelming by comparison.
And if I'm honest, if we're talking about like space-esque levels, I think Egg Rocket did it better in the first game.
Oh, I don't like Egg Rocket Zone.
Really?
No, I kind of find that a little bit fiddly. Like, there's some stuff where you can sort of go off track and get lost there, and it's just, nah, I'm not that big on it.
Huh. Well, just in terms of, like, you know, Egg Utopia on its own, it seems like a mix between Sonic 1's level design and Sonic 2's, because there's quite a little bit of stop and start here, from what I've noticed, because they just love to put shit like that, just randomly, for you, the dumbass, aka the player, to go as fast as you like and slam into it.
Well, a lot of the stop and start here is because I'm looking for the rings.
Ah, yes, of course, we have to show off the final one.
Yeah. Like, that's where I'm so glad I had that fucking invincibility there. Because that's a wonderful place to stick spikes, you know?
Well, of course, they just have to be assholes at this late stage, because they have to try and kill you before you can, you know, succeed.
This is not the first time they've done this sort of gravity stuff, because the Advance 1 ending stage, if I recall correctly, had like some flipping-flopping sort of stuff like that too near the end.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but it comes directly after Egg Rocket Zone. It's like, what the hell? It's like a sun colour palette change and whatnot.
Yeah, it got a lot more bright around here. It's like, are we in a nightclub now, or what? But yeah, that one had a similar problem to what I was demonstrating like with Invincibility, in that there's spikes on the ceiling that you can't necessarily prepare for before you get flipped. So
that's bullshit.
You know, there's not much you can do in that situation to react.
Oh, here we go, guys. We're about to hit light speed and enter what is, thankfully, the final special stage of Advance 2. And we can actually talk a little bit about how the special stage works now instead of rushing through it. So, as you can see, there's a load of rings. There's these things that look like the smart bombs from Star Fox 64 or Light Out Wars, if you're a lineman like us. And the deal here is you got to collect a set amount of rings before that timer in the top right ticks down to 0. Now, it sounds easy, but each special stage, that total gets higher and higher. So the best way to do this is continually get combos and whatnot. Just pick up rings and pick up rings. Try not to let the combo drop and stay out of Zero's reach, because he will steal rings off you.
I don't remember having too much grief from Zero himself. Most of the difficulty I have is from maintaining the combos, because, like, you know, it's not the easiest thing to control, and so if you're not lined up properly, you can miss like one of the little like subgroups of rings, and then you've broken your combo.
Yeah.
But with that, because I can't control the things, I was basically using Cyberman's route as reference, but pulling it off less well than he did. So shout out to him for that.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to our mate Cyberman65. So, we're going to go into the final level with 2 Chaos Emeralds. I don't think Eggman's going to be happy here, mate.
Well, it sucks for him.
Smash cut to what should be a supersonic fight with Sonic just drifting through space.
No, Sonic can get 2/7 super, so he just goes up there and then just collapses straight away.
Yeah, both my arms will be super, but that's about it. So I'm going to punch you really hard and hold my breath the entire time.
As far as like Egg Utopia goes, you know, we're near the end of it, you know.
Yeah, there's really nothing else to talk about in Advance 2. At this point, we've discussed level design, we've discussed the OST, which is fantastic. Flame's gripes about instrumentation aside. Oh, here's a topic. Who's your favourite character to play as besides Sonic?
Besides Sonic, I don't really play as the others that much, so I guess Tails is probably closest to Sonic. But yeah, like, I play this as a Sonic game.
Well, you know, it says Sonic Advance 2 on the cover, not Cream the Rabbit Advance 2.
And thank God for that, because I've got to say, Cream the Rabbit is probably one of my least favourite characters in the entire series. Like, she does nothing, but when she does, she annoys me.
It's the voice, isn't it?
Mostly the voice, yeah.
Well, you know, that was like her pre-Generations voice actor. Generations onwards, it got a little bit less scratchy and whatnot.
And instead, Amy Rose got the squeaky voice.
Yeah, Jesus.
Amy in the newer games sounds like Cream from, you know, earlier era.
Well, I would have said Minnie Mouse, but I get what you're saying.
That's it, I would go for Minnie Mouse for what Amy is now. Or at least what she was in Generations. She's changed a little bit since then, if my ears are not deceiving me.
But Cream as a playable character in this game is really good because I mentioned she's easy mode. You have no idea. She can control her Chow, right, who is called Cheese for some reason. I don't know, cream cheese. And you can just like press like the attack button or whatnot, and he'll just go and smack the enemies in the face, which is pretty cool.
That is glorious.
Yeah, but that to the point, it is so OP where it's like, is it worth this boss even having a pattern? Is it worth there even being a game here?
Got some unique boss music going on here. This is pretty dramatic.
And this boss, like, I never used to like this one because I always found it kind of fiddly, but once you get the pattern down of how he flips over and when he launches him, like his bombs and that, it's actually kind of cool, and another one of them ones that's just satisfying to get the groove going for.
Can you imagine how, like, unbelievably frustrating the boss would be if you couldn't go through his joints and whatnot without taking damage?
Oh,
fuck
God.
that noise. I'll just have to jump over him from the floor every time. They fuck you over big time.
I hope he's got insurance on these things, because they blow up really easily.
Well, no, he's just got either a ridiculous amount of money, or he just has so much scrap metal that he just gets away with this sort of crap.
I suppose. Oh, I believe, yeah, it's boss rush time.
Goody. Yeah, this one, thankfully, it's nowhere near as annoying as the one from Sonic 4, but that's because we don't get like a 15-second loop.
Man, I forgot that game even had a boss rush, to be honest. I only remember episode 2 nowadays.
Yeah, well, that's probably for the better, because episode 1, I like it, but its problems make themselves known.
I suppose that the whole Sonic 4 being as poorly received as it was shows why everyone's gotten quite excited for Sonic Mania. Because it's like there's the potential for what the world would perceive as a good 2D Sonic game after many years.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, my excitement for Mania was tempered right off the bat because I assumed they were going to show the 2017 game, and then they showed what looked like a ROM hack, and me being cynical Tom64 was like, ew, that's stinky, I don't want that.
But where else can you catch a shiny Sonic, though?
True. Very true.
Yeah, that is my... I know that's sort of nitpicky territory, but it really fucking sticks out. He's too light.
Yeah, Flame's not a fan of Sonic's, like... here it comes again! Sonic's coloration in Sonic Mania, yeah, it's too light. He should be this kind of deep, rich blue.
Like, even like comparing it to the Sonic 1 sprite, where like he was a little bit brighter than this, but he's still, like, on the whole, he's a richer blue. And yeah, I am moaning about mundane things while we go over the bosses yet again.
Well, really, what else do we have to talk about at this point? Eggman is rehashing his robots, we should rehash our arguments.
Well, exactly, yes.
Actually, Richie, could you do me a big favour, please, mate?
Of course.
Look up Dimps' other GBA Sonic titles, because I know they did Advance 1 and 2... Well, Advance 1, the game we're playing, Advance 3, but I'm unsure as to whether they did Sonic Battle or not.
I can't see Sonic Battle on here. I've got their entire output. So they did Sonic Advance, which was their first ever game.
Wow.
Then they did Digimon Battle Spirit, which was on the GBA.
Okay.
Sonic Advance 2, which was GBA. Digimon Battle Spirit 2. And then they didn't touch the GBA again until Kiru Senshi Gundam Seed Tomoto Kimi to Koko De.
My favourite game.
Yep, Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure,
That's
Kirby and the
really
Amazing
good.
Mirror.
They did Advanced Adventure. Oh, yeah.
Yep, One Piece, and then Sonic Advance 3. And that was their last GBA game. They did obviously do various other games in that time. So they did Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Budokai 2, and Budokai 3. They did Shaman King games, Inuyasha games. They did a Naruto game, and then obviously they moved on to more home consoles from portables.
Didn't they help with the Street Fighter series?
If you bear with me 1 second. Yes, so they helped on Super Street Fighter 4, and I think they've been helping ever since, actually, although they don't seem to... Oh no, yeah, they've been helping ever since, even on Street Fighter 5.
Okay. Just going back to that Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure thing, that's a kind of a special game for me, not because I've played it, but that was when Helldragon and I did our first bit of commentary.
I actually remember watching that.
Yeah, because he wanted me to help him set up a playthrough, because I still had my N-Top64 account at that point. So okay, and I helped him and whatnot, and the audio was a bit too loud, if you want my opinion, but first playthrough and all. And I guessed in a couple of parts, and the rest is horrifying, unrelenting history.
So what you're saying is all of this is Dimp's fault?
Yeah. You did this, Dimps! You did this! Points to self.
But now for the new boss that this level has.
It's terrible. I'm not a fan of this boss.
It's very slow.
I mean, I'm looking at this and thinking it just looks like a really, really, really crap robot.
Yeah, it's like the ape that couldn't.
Design-wise, it's not that interesting to look at, but it's kind of slow how... What you want to do is you want to let him fire his arms, because if you just try jumping at him, then part of his body is more than likely going to hit you. But that means there's a fair bit of sort of standing around, like you see here. But yeah, this is another boss, well, probably the first one from this game, but we've got phases going on, so we're first going to take out the arms, and then we're going to go towards the head. Yeah,
if you're playing as Cream, this boss is a complete fucking joke.
Yeah, press P. Press P again.
Oh man.
Press P a third time.
Expert strats right here, folks.
Well, you see, this is why Cream the Rabbit should be the hero of the Sonic universe, because
Shut
clearly
up,
she
Richie.
can
Shut
just completely wreck everything she faces.
Oh god, they didn't give her a super form because she was strong enough as is.
So we're getting frustrated by what Rich is saying because he has a point.
Man, that is a really violent kind of reaction to Sonic's spin attack.
He looks like he's gonna fucking stumble over from one attack. But this is a game of wait till the platform starts coming down and then use it to leverage yourself up, because otherwise you're gonna jump headfirst into a fucking laser.
Or, the spikes above. It is very easy if you hold down A too much to go flying into the spikes above. Basically what I'm saying is don't bounce off the boss's head, just hit him and basically, how did you dodge there?
I have no idea. This is becoming a recurring thing. I've got luck on my side here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've had a lot of reoccurring luck in this playthrough, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright for some, I guess. Alright, last hit. No, we've got one more. He doesn't even follow the free hit rule. How ungrateful.
There we go.
Bye-bye, Mr. Robot.
Very slow fade to white this time, just because it's that much more dramatic.
Sonic got through final.
Or is it the end?
No, of course it's not.
If you get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, then after that boss, well, you will see this cutscene instead. And, like, you know the drill. Supersonic time.
Oh yeah, let's do it. That was Cream's mom, by the way, Vanilla.
Yeah, we only got, like, a brief mention of her earlier in Sonic's story.
But enough about that, it's time to go copyright infringement. Come forth, Shenron, and grant my wish.
You fucking weirdo.
He turned into a JPEG image, I love it. Okay, man, it's all you. True area, whatever that was. I can't read the font.
Well, like, this is less annoying than the Advanced 1 final boss. It's kind of an easy thing to pick up, really. Just shoot these rockets back at him. You won't, like with a lot of Supersonic bosses, you're not explicitly going to take damage. You're just going to get knocked back by his attacks. And that's his strategy all the time with fighting Supersonic, really. Just waste his time.
Totally fair.
I mean, I feel this is a better final boss than Advanced Ones, but at the same time, it can be really annoying, especially when he starts spinning about the screen, as you'll see as he takes more and more damage. That is a time waster right there, because, oh man, using a D-pad to move around, it's not as intuitive as it could have been, even if it is on a 2D plane.
But yeah, on the whole, it's not that difficult. Like, the worst you can get is a little bit annoyed. So, compared to Advanced 1, where I just find it boring, I'll take this any day.
I spend most of my time either jumping or skidding along the moon's surface in the final boss of Advanced 1. So, as we come to the end of Sonic Advance 2, I believe it's time for us to start wrapping up. So, Flame, your thoughts on this, the second in the Go Fast trilogy?
Well, the third doesn't really go fast, but I'll take your point. I would say this is a really fucking fun game to run through. Granted, it's more fun if you're doing kind of what we're doing, just sort of running through fuck the rings. Because the rings are its biggest weakness, and one that's unfortunately a bit of a tar against it. But on the whole, if you're just playing New Game Plus or just playing for the standard ending, you're going to have a lot of fun with it, I think.
Richie, have you enjoyed your time on Advance 2? Will you make any plans to play any 2D Sonic game in the near future?
The answer to that is, well, yes, I have enjoyed this. It's been quite enjoyable. It's been very fun to watch. Very good job playing on a very excellent run. And no, because I do not have the time.
Ah, well, you just gotta go fast, man. That's how you're supposed to play Sonic games. Sonic got through extra!
He did indeed.
And thus Sonic and Venom are both plummeted to Earth, burning up in the Earth's atmosphere. Cream was left without a mentor and a mother.
Yeah, so this is where Shadow's meant to show up when they use the Chaos Control, right?
Ugh. Cream, this is what you wanted, right? This is the promise I made to you. Tails, gonna need that tornado support soon, mate. Oh, the flickies aren't gonna do shit. Get out of here.
Bye. How does this save her?
Grab the hand. That means safety.
Okay.
Why the hell not? Oh, what a happy ending. And that's it for us in terms of Sonic playthroughs in 2016, guys. We'll see you next year, where there will be new Sonic LPs. There'll be LPs of older HFC Sonic runs that are done up in HD and so on. And it's going to be a good time, so we'll see you all then. Bye-bye.